Hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though, these stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
Carry on my vagabonds. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary heads to rest. Don't you cry no more. Gear it on up and let's play for a while. The undead aren't far behind. You can hedge your bet on a steel chariot. Zombies coming right on time. Now if you're ready to dive into overdrive, Ratty, the magic is on. It's like you're running away on some high octane. Every time you sing this song, won't you take a ride on heavy metal? It's the only way that you can survive down that road. Satisfied on heavy metal. Fight until they explode. Heavy metal. My oh my, how those birds can fly once they start swooping to cleave you. But you know you can't lose with the way she moves. Blues blow far enough to save you. It's not a big surprise to feel your temperature rise. You gotta get your killing on, 'cause there is just one cure that you know for sure. You just become a heavy metal believer. Won't you take a ride on heavy metal? Baby, won't you ride into the road? Heavy metal.
Holy shit! Pretty rousing stuff, right? That's right. We're taking those fuckers on. Holy shit! Hello there! Oh no, all my thing's gone. It's gone.
Grizzly.
I don't think my...
What's...
It's just my OBS
gone?
has just gone spinning wheel of death.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
Hi! Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Fuck.
Answer us if you can.
Okay, and now I'm on. My OBS just went, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Your incredible intro that you just sorted out in the last 5 minutes? Not doing. Hi folks, can everybody hear me? Because I don't know if we can hear
Have they missed it
us.
again?
They might have missed my
Oh,
incredible
no.
opening. It was something of beautiful.
That was just the best thing ever, wasn't
It
it?
was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You all heard it, but they didn't hear shit.
I was in tears.
Okay,
I
great.
was in literal tears.
You were in tears. It was only 30 seconds long, but you were in tears. I reduced you. Hi everybody, hi folks. I think we're back. OBS has decided to catch up. Thank you, OBS. The fifth member of the Vagabonds, because they destroy every role they try. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Vagabonds. It's chapter 37, which we called Carry On Vagabonds, which isn't a reference actually to the 1960s, probably quite sexist and quite dodgy territory for moral standings comedy films that came out of Britain during that period of time. It's just because of, like, you know, get up and carry on kind of spirit. So please don't, this isn't like one of those things where, like, Tom's going to be running around like a nurse's uniform and suddenly his clothes fall off and then people are being... Yeah, and then you hear that kind of laughter in the background. It's not one of those things. It's carry on the Vagabonds and get up and do it. So this is a semi-special Vagabonds. It's the kind of finale, hopefully, or part one of the finale, let's be honest, of the Return of the Beastmaster campaign. It's also the first time that we're kickstarting a Just Giving cause, which Tom will tell you all about later. But without further ado... Hi, Vagabonds. What is up with your bad selves, my Vagabonds?
Hello. Morning, Neil.
Hello.
Oh my God! Really?
We've got a whole bunch of us here today.
You got a whole bunch.
Yes.
You got a full house. Well, who's here? What's going on?
Well, Clem's definitely here. Hello.
So when he was playing like Vagabonds Bingo, full Vagabonds house is now actually a thing. So we're going to go around the room, introduce everybody, and say hi to everybody properly, and who their characters are, and why they're playing them, and what they aim to take away from today's session. Their lives, I guess, would be a good start, because they are really deeply fucked. Very quickly, hello to Very quickly, hello to the moderators. Hi, mods. What's going on? And hello to the disco mods as well. Hello, disco mods. We appreciate you too. So let's go around the room. We are playing Warhammer First Edition roleplay. If you don't know, there's 36 great episodes that you can find on YouTube and also on this channel. It is a lot of time in your life that you will absolutely not get back, and I make no apology for that. So let's start around initiative order, because it's a percentile game based. We're going to start with the elf, definitely not on the shelf, played by the wonderful Blue Owl's Medic. What's up, Blue?
Hello, I don't think I'm the first in initiative anymore.
Oh, god damn it, it's the bloody halfling,
I don't
isn't
think
it?
I am.
Fuck.
I'll take it.
Bloody halfling.
Oh, it's the halfling. I always do that. It's like a psychological given. I just don't want to give him that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to give him that.
Credit where credit is due.
Love Pete, kind of hate Teddy. Love Pete, hate Teddy. So, sorry, alright, fine, fuck it. It's the halfling's turn. Why not throw the halfling at it? Hi, halfling. That's
Hello.
played by Pete.
I'm Pete. I'm playing Teddy Weakpasture, the halfling rogue and avoider of conflict.
The void of conflict. Love it. Coward. Yeah, okay, good.
I am playing this character because Neil dared me to play a halfling.
I
so
fucking
there we
did,
go.
man. You took it. You took the bait.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
a new piece of information.
Yeah,
I love it.
he was gonna go. He was gonna go full like dwarf troll slayer, and I went, no, you're not. You're not doing that. You're going halfling, mate.
I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I can do that.
I dig it.
Yes, and I'm having a wonderful time controlling a giant robot trying to stop the forces of evil.
It's kind of like Iron Giant, but with a really fucked up ending.
Yeah, Superman, baby.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you very much, Pete. Next in order, and apologies for trying to put you on a pedestal, it is Blue with her elf, Del. Hey, Blue, what's going on?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
You know,
I
we
play
are
Delamira,
alright.
aka Del. I'm a wood elf markswoman is
Cool.
what I'm going for
Yeah, man.
with my trusty bow and arrow. I don't know, Neil, if you're able to zoom in on my boyo, Fleck.
Am I?
His
I
fit
haven't.
check.
I can get up. I can definitely get up the. Let's just jump straight in then. Yes, I can definitely get this up, and I can show everybody the new model. Look at that.
I have a war dog named Fleck, and we have a new fit for Fleck. Check him out.
Ooh, check him out.
He's got some armor.
He's looking good from all sides, even the tail side. He's looking great. That's a bar dog. That's war dog armor there, right there. Kind of
War
elfy.
dog armor.
It's
Yes.
a little elfy. I like it. I'm digging it.
So yeah.
I'm spinning your dog so much that hopefully he'll just throw up all your shoes.
He's gonna drop him. He's gonna get nuts.
We don't have enough trouble.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. It's like that's the first.
Right.
That's the first action of the game. Is he's gonna throw up on your shoes. Make a roll for initiative. All right. So thank you very much. That is Delamere. So next up is our very tatty, ratty hedge wizard, played by Tom DeVille. What's up, Tom?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I play Rattigan. Elias P. Rattigan, being their full name.
The P stands for P.
P stands for P because he really likes peas.
That's it.
He's a hedge wizard. He grew up in a hedge. He figured out magic accidentally. He's got a bathrobe he stole from an inn for a robe.
Well, he's now got a fancy wizard's robe that looks like a bathrobe.
Oh, that's right. I
he's got a
forgot.
fancy
Now
bathrobe.
he's probably upgraded. He's actually turning into something like an official wizard now. I've got two ferrets called Mr. Noodle and
That's right. And then just here, Noodle's are girls. It's Noodle and Mr. Spidge.
Noodle and Mr. Spidge.
Yeah.
And they help out with the magic.
And what's this on top of your head there, old Thomas? Tom?
Oh, Mabel the chicken hat.
The what hat? The something chicken hat? The zombie chicken hat.
Rattigan bonded with a chicken. A large boulder then fell on the chicken. Rattigan used the spell to try and bring Mabel back, but sort of brought her back to kind of flat chicken hat.
She's basically a zombie champion chicken. Basically.
Are there any statistical effects from that hat?
Basically, she can. What was it? Because I realised they were becoming friends, I immediately blew her up, and that's how this whole thing started. She can basically soak damage. She gets damaged first before his head does.
Amazing. She's head armor.
She's head armor, basically. Yeah.
Cockadoodle don't.
Cockadoodle don't. So maybe she'll die a second death and be better off for it. Who knows? Let's find out in this episode. All right, Tom, thank you very much for that, sir. Lastly, our relatively new but not that new addition and wonderful model maker, the definitely not Shaven Skaven, possibly is, Quint, played by Clem. How you doing, Clem?
Hello, everyone. Hello,
model.
chat.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I play a noble Skaven who has had an awful lot of emotional damage, and as a result is trying desperately to be a good guy, and is the only thing that passes really for a fighter in this group, apart from the elf.
Yeah, he's ex-Storm Vermin,
yeah.
we found out, and he became basically, he wants to become a Knight of the Grail for the Bretonnian,
Yes.
a Bretonnian Knight of the Grail who believes in the lady, and unfortunately he thinks, because he's mad, that the lady is actually blue, or at least an avatar of her. Like, the finger of her is, like, blue, basically.
And he's currently opened a really nasty chest, and he's gone a little bit mad.
Oh, that's right. I didn't do, like, zap lines, like zap like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of the chest, I guess Peter's caressing his little... I saw your hand movement. You're caressing the robot. This is basically the iron robot. Yeah, I saw you caressing it on the board. It's really slightly disturbing. So this is the robot that we're talking of, the Iron Man. And that is basically under Pete's control. Pete hasn't quite worked out the nuances of everything. We're going to jump pretty much straight in after one or two messages, folks. So we'll get to that in a second and see what happens. Very quickly, we've got two announcements in community news. I'm going to do a very quick, very soft community news. Community news with your pal of mine, Thomas V. Fredrickson Villiers, Mabel, I can't remember the rest of it. Fuck it. DeVille!
Pistachio Horatio.
Pistachio Mustachio or some shit like that. Dude, it's clearly not your middle name, so fuck it, it's fine. Hit us with very quick community news, we're going to jump in, man.
So who's that guy on Facebook I'm friends with then?
I think you might be catfished. Son. You're Tom Fished right there. So.
Tom fished.
Hey, firstly, we got to give a shout out to the mods. I don't know if we did that.
We definitely did that. We did that.
Did we?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
All
That's all right.
shout.
Do it again.
Great. So we have two pieces of news. Firstly, obviously the big one that we talked a bit about on our stream on Thursday. We have organized a fundraiser for Ukraine. It's for the Red Cross in Ukraine. Red Cross, you'll probably know, are amazing at coming in and helping at emergencies. They provide food, water, medical supplies, lots of ways of caring for people in very bad situations. And they have specifically got a Ukraine crisis appeal at the moment. I'm sure a lot of you, most of you will know about what's going on in the Ukraine at the moment. I have friends in Kiev who are there still at the moment. They're very scared. I'm very scared for them. We know lots of other people out there who work in the industry. So obviously we want to support the Ukraine. The Red Cross are brilliant people. So we have a Just Giving page, which I believe we'll be sharing now.
Yep.
We have already raised £637, which is
Wow.
amazing.
That's fantastic.
To lots of people who have already contributed, including Shannon, Monica Stricker, Tyler Rodriguez, Dances with Bugs. An amazing contribution from Lil, aka Lee, who gave $250. Thank you so much.
Amazing, $250. Thank you so much.
That's a fantastic contribution.
Yeah, thank you so much. For
So sweet.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Amy Robideau, Josh Wright, lots of people have contributed already. The more, if you can chip in anything, that'd be fantastic. If you can share the link, that'd be fantastic. We are doing a special Among Us session on Tuesday. I believe Neil can help me with this bit.
Indeed.
Lots of Resident Evil actors are joining in.
More than that, actually, we've got quite a few people now, which has been great. So I'm going to be doing probably a 3-hour stream, I think. We've got, it's on Tuesday, usual time at 8, but I'll be finished when we finish, I guess. We've got Nicole Tompkins, Jeff Shine, Katie Oates from Resident Evil 7 and also Village. Andy Norris, who's in Resident Evil Village. We've also got Tom and myself, and also maybe Blue. I'm not sure if Blue, if you're around or not. I haven't asked you, so let me know if you're free or not. If you can't, that's cool.
Yes.
We've also sorry about that. We've also got Aaron LaPlante, who plays the Duke from Resident Evil Village.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, we also have Jennifer English, who plays Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. She's going to be joining us, and we also have a good friend of mine called Elise Chappell, who is a TV and film actor. She was in The Last Dragon Slayer, Poldark, Young Wallander, and a whole bunch of other stuff too, and she's going to come along for a ride. There's some other people that were asking as well that may be able to come along. Some of my friends, obviously, are already busy, so they can't make it, so it was very short notice, obviously. But the idea is that we're going to invite everybody to play, and they'll come in whenever they can make it. And if you donate, if you don't mind letting us know, obviously we'll see your name in the Just Giving. So please make sure if you want to donate to the Just Giving cause so we can see you. They're going to hold you in a special area in the Discord for people that are donating, and you'll get to play with everybody. And so, yeah, I'll let you know who's going to be playing each round, and we'll give the codes out to those people, and that's sort of like a thank you very much for donating kind of present. And we've got lots of people coming in. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's going to be a great session. So, and we've got maybe even more people might join us, depends on, obviously this is very last minute for everybody, so I really appreciate some of them that are making it with their busy schedules like mine. So hopefully, it's going to be an absolute fucking blast. I think that's it.
Yeah.
We got one little mini note. Yeah.
One thing, Neil. If you need me, I will attend absolutely.
Yeah, sure. It's open to all Vagabonds, so please come along. Although we have to be, obviously we want people to donate to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll be
just throw me in, throw me out when you need me, boss.
Okay. Much like today.
Yes.
One other announcement. Actually, two other announcements. One is that, so a lot of you may have seen that Clim here has been making new models on Hero Forge of a lot of our characters. On Instagram, we just put up pictures of the two models we did. One of which is Fleck, the War Dog, and the other is the Iron Golem, who is hopefully about to help us, but may also smash us.
Sorry, I snickered out loud. I'm so sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start giving these models away. Not the plastic models, but the if you want the if you're a tier 2 subscriber or above, you now can get these models and the code for these models anyway, so that you can use them in your games if you've got tabletop
or anything that you can convert the files into. You're most welcome to use those. Obviously, the one thing we're not saying is please don't use them for anything to do with profit. We're releasing them free because we want you to have them, but obviously, don't sell them on to people. That's not cool at all. They're still our IP, but we're just trying to share them with people.
I guess it's cool if you want to 3D print them or whatever. You can do that.
Absolutely, but they're not for commercial use, basically, folks. Just for personal use. If you want to make a 3D model for yourself, absolutely, please do. But these are not commercial models. These are obviously, Clem spent a long time making some of these as well. So we want to be kind of like fair to that. So these aren't for commercial use, but they're for your own use. However you want to use them is absolutely fine. If you want to print them off, if you want to make 3D models, that's fine. All that kind of stuff, please do. But they're not for commercial use. Thanks, folks.
And we're probably going to release 1 or 2 every month.
Mm-hmm.
We might also, through the Vagabond Chronicles Twitter, start running a poll on characters that you want to have made. So we'll put that together over the next month or so. But if you're tier 2 subscriber or above, we are going to start making those available to you now.
Cool. And what is the next piece of news there, Tom?
The last one is just that I believe it's a certain special someone's birthday.
Me? It's my birthday? It's my birthday today? Oh, Thomas. Oh, Tom. Thank you. I didn't even know. I completely forgot.
You don't
like
get 2
the Queen,
birthdays.
he has 2.
I have 2. Didn't you know I have 2 birthdays?
Caro is awesome. We love them.
Happy birthday to
Caro. Happy
Yay,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Caro.
And he was Mint Leaf Mages last week as well. He was one of our mods, right?
Oh, right.
Let's not forget them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Mint
cool.
Leaf.
Thank you very much.
Happy
Mint Leaf.
birthday. Happy birthday to everybody.
Happy
except
really
just
And a happy new year.
and a happy New Year.
Happy Christmas.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up. So, how
We're about
about
to have a happy death.
How about we have happy undead apocalypse? How about that? So this is let's get back into it. So without further ado, folks, we're jumping straight back into the perilous situation we found our last Vagabonds. As you may or not know or remember, you should have. Well, to be honest with this, folks, if you're joining us new, good luck. Just strap in and hang on. But this is the Frugalhof Valley. This is La Maison Tau. There's an undead horde sweeping down through the valley straight towards this holy site of Tol, which is here, this sort of hammery shaped type building, around of which there are fields, houses, and a small village and hamlet that's propped up, surrounded by a pretty insubstantial but quite tall palisade made of wood. The undead army are streaming towards our heroes. Around the village, I guess the hamlet, there are various archers placed on roofs that have been converted. Dwarves have been trying to make pitches and various kind of traps to slow down the undead horde, but they are advancing from every quarter, including through the river, or at least bobbing through the river towards the Watergate at the edge of the inner circle here. Our heroes currently are Ratty over here on the blacksmith. What was the name of the blacksmith? I've completely forgotten. His nickname was Scooter, but we gave him a funny name. Yeah, but he had a real name. Scooter's his nickname.
No.
No,
I'm gonna have to read the episode to remember.
It was something like Brian or something. Graham, wasn't he?
Graham?
I don't know. It's not important. Scooter's his nickname. Just call him Scooter.
Temporarily Graham, but we might have to listen back.
If anybody remembers the canon
chat.
of that, chat, please give us the canon, because none of us apparently, including me, listened back to what we did before. So anyway, he is on the blacksmith's house here with a little young Scooter running inside somewhere. And over here are the war penguins, which are now hitched up because Pete is a superb backwards moving tactician, has already hooked him up to the coach to basically run the fuck away. We have some other archers over here. There's sort of a main body of archers over here. There are bonfires across a couple of places over there, and mysteriously they all got blown out as Ratty was screaming out. Do you remember what you were saying there, Tom? Your last line. You were on top of a chimney or hanging off a chimney or something.
coming. They're everywhere.
Nice, well done, well remembered. Cool. At that point, we then flashed into La Maison Tel interior, where we're in Jean-Louis' office, and the Arca Chaotica, which is a Skaven artifact, had zapped the Iron Man, bringing it to life. But unfortunately, in the sort of like, I don't know, the off-spill of the energy, it also set poor Quint smashing back into a bookcase. He came to, staring with red googly eyes, looking particularly Muppet-like ratty kind of thing, like, you know, he's like, like that, kind of like a Muppet, and he sort of like started screaming at our heroes.
From the Muppets.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Like, yeah, you know when,
it's 100% accurate.
You know when Gonzo stands on a weather vane, or on top of, you know when Gonzo stands on top of a house with a weather vane and gets struck by lightning, and then he just sort of like comes, like he gets blasted off, and he sort of like stands up with just smoking nose. And like his eyes are just like basically like light bulbs. That's kind of what he looks like right now. He's basically like Gonzo. So he's even more hideous than he was before.
Maybe even worse than normal. They're already pretty bad.
So if you can picture Gonzo in your head, that's what he looks like right now.
Okay.
What was your last line as well? I can't remember. What were you screaming out?
Kill man things. Kill.
Poetic and succinct.
That's not to be yelling. We both yell bad things, but mine was helpful. Yours is not helpful.
Yours is just like obvious. At the same time, we also had Pete, who very calmly, potentially wisely.
Run away?
No, actually, he went against the train. Anybody that had run away, I'm afraid your bet is done. He actually did the opposite. He actually gave a useful command to the Iron Man. What was that, Pete? What did you go and tell it to do?
I think I told you to go and smash the skeletons.
You went to smash skeletons, or stop skeletons or something. And so this thing tromped off and heard the nearest skeletons were actually the dead monks' bodies coming up from the crypt, which were being stopped by this very handy iron gate. It then stopped in front of it with a little old monk next to him, and then looked at it and went, "Stop, skeletons!" and then ripped off the iron grate to then get to the skeletons to stop them.
I realised the foolishness of that command.
And the last thing although we didn't get to this in the end credits, the last thing that you will hear, or the first thing you'll hear now, is the scream of a very old monk. "I'm just 3 days away from retirement," as a skeleton sort of chomps down on his neck and drags him to the ground. Like that. All right, folks, we are jumping straight into combat. Now, I'm going to have to be a little savvy about this because you've done the worst thing in the world, which is split the party, which of course is the number one cause of party death. We all know this. So I'm going to go into the interior first, then catch up with what Ratty's going on. So, initiative order, I believe that's Teddy with some reservation. All right, Teddy, what's up? What's going on?
There's no rest. Well, how is my control of the golem?
You can see the golem going to work on these monk skeletons. He's making these monks, pardon the expression, his bitch. So he's really.
I meant from a technical perspective. Is he going on my turn, or does he have his own initiative?
Oh, I see. He's got his own initiative. However, your commands will be on your turn, so he'll sort of like catch up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there'll be a slight delay in what you tell him to do.
So is he in the way of the gate, so to speak?
Yeah, he is now the gate. He's basically crawling with skeletons. He's smashing them quite handily. He's doing a really good job. They're doing almost no damage to him. They're like clawing at his face, clawing at his arms. But he's made of pure metal. And these are old monks. So some of them had like dead, dry flowers in their hands and shit. One of them has like a broken broken harp that he's trying to smash over the head. Not a harp, a lute. Sorry, he's trying to smash over the head of the thing. So these skeletons are probably the least well equipped. Of all the skeletons you're facing right now.
Let's get out of this death trap. I'm in room and at least get into some corridor, into some fighting space, and start slinging, I guess, some stones, because stones will be very effective against these things.
There will be, actually, yes. Your sling is probably going to be quite a good tool to use. Your slingshot, the slingshot, that's Sad Neil. This is, by the way, anybody know, this is Sad Neil, the god of fate, eater of fate points. And he was created because this is my representation of me as a 13-year-old. Hearing that Pete, who I've known for most of my life, 15-year-old, let's be fair, 15-year-old, knowing that Pete has got a Black Widow slingshot and that I would never ever get one because my parents didn't jam that way. So that's what his slingshot looks like, a little Black Widow thing. So it goes on the arm extension, it's got a brace, it's fucking awesome, and I never got one.
I'm just going to shoot into the melee.
Yeah, okay, so are you aiming into like the hole where the Iron Man is too?
Boink, yeah, 90. So I guess I'm missing.
No, you're not. You're going to hit, but you're not going to hit what you think you're going to hit. So I need you to roll a d6, my friend, and you won a 6. 2. Fuck. All right. So what's your effective strength of your
It's only effective strength 3.
Okay, that's okay. So you hit the golem in the head, and it sort of dents it a little bit, but it just goes pong, and just stops dead like one of those bullets hitting Superman, and then just like slides down his body like ching 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 ching. You didn't do any damage to it at all, and it didn't even notice. Obviously, it's just hardwired now to deal with smash skellies. So one thing in your favor, this thing's really fucking tough. Like you didn't do any damage to it whatsoever. It didn't even notice. It's like blah, 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 blah. Its arms are doing that kind of like school child thing. You know when you whirl them.
Oh, nice.
You go to somebody and spinning around and whirling them. It's kind of doing that right now. That is your go, sir. Dell, you are faced with a rather frenzied electrified gonzo-looking Quint, who is sort of going, something like that. His voice has changed as well. Like he's just like he's also kind of
I've got to be even higher now. Okay.
Just you can do that, man. You can reach there.
Of course I can.
Come on. There you go. That's what we're all here for, sir. That's what we're all here for.
Am I gonna have to do some Black Widow calming down the Hulk?
Oh my god, I didn't think of that, but yes.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously.
Can I use some fellowship or leadership or something to snap him out of this?
I'm going to give you a choice. You have a choice. So you can either try and be like all soothing, like, oh, it's okay, you're fine, pat, pat, pat. Or you can sort of try and get reason through to him and command him. So commanding is leadership. Fellowship is like charisma in D&D, for instance. That's what you want if you want to try and soothe and be nice and be all pally. Hey, buddy, you okay? You want a cup of tea? You okay, buddy? You don't look so good, buddy. You want to talk about it, buddy? You can be like that. Or maybe
my
better. My
fellowship is like 15 higher.
Go with that.
Go with the insincere sincerity of being a fake new friend. Do that.
No, I want to calm him down because I know we need him in the fight.
You do.
Unless I can channel this frenzy and point to a skeleton.
Grab me by the scruff of the neck and throw me at the skeletons.
I guess as a
love you too.
I guess as a third way, you can try and deceive him, use deception, and try to deceive him to pretend that you are skeletons and the skeletons are humans. I think that's a long shot, and quite frankly, that could really backfire spectacularly. So you should do that.
No, I want to try and reason and calm down and refocus.
All right.
Because I think that's just the right thing to do. As
corny
sport. As that is, I don't want to manipulate.
Okay.
Because I am the lady, right?
Yeah, sure.
I am the lady.
In fact, as you pointed that out, which I did forget, but I shouldn't forget, I'm going to give you a +10 bonus to your fellowship. Because that's a good point. He actually does think you are a living embodiment of his new goddess that he's sort of like, adopted. So I think that's fair. You can get +10 to your fellowship, Lou.
Okay. Do you want me to roll?
I would like that very much. And if you want to get a 95 to 100
I'm going to shut my eyes.
Yeah, 95 to 100 is what you want. 92! So close! So close to a critical failure. So folks, very quickly, critical successes, critical failures. 96 to 100 would have been perfect.
God.
That's when not only does it go really badly wrong, it goes so wrong that you don't want to be anywhere near that person for the next 5 seconds. Likewise, 01 to 05 is a critical success so good that it's the stuff of deified gods. It's incredible. You have rolled a failure, though, almost complete, utter failure.
I'm shocked.
You are shocked. So can you please fumble your way through what you're going to say to him? And I might get... Clem, you're going to have to roleplay this, buddy, because you're not an NPC.
No problem.
All right, so can you please attempt to calm him down and screw it up? I'm thinking trying to calm him down and saying, like, the wrong thing, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So try your best. Try your best.
Okay. Hey, big guy, the sun's getting real low.
He instantly attacks you.
Please, before I respond.
He instantly attacks you. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Okay, this is for my Marvel friends. I mean, I imagine approaching him and like trying to pat him and touch him
Okay.
and he doesn't respond well.
It's because you didn't ask. You didn't ask to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, what are you doing? Whoa, buddy, what are you doing? It's like, whoa, no tail. What's going on? All right, cool. So basically, you sort of start with that line, and it's so corny that even you don't really buy into it. And the whole thing just goes completely tits up. And then he sort of growls at you, and you sort of like half step back way. At that point, Fleck steps forward and starts growling at him. So now you've got Quinn and Fleck just growling at each other, and Jean-Louis.
I do not have time for this shit.
you sort of hear from behind you, Jean-Louis going, "Good luck." You hear this little kind of as he gets inside one of the drawers, like the cabinet drawers of his desk, and you hear this click, click, click from the inside. So he's now stuffed himself inside one of the long cabinet drawers of his desk, as you all been doing this. By the way, the Arca Chaotica is still on top of here. It's still smoking a little bit from where you opened it. It's just here at the moment. And it's sort of like doing
Am I responding yet?
Well, sir, this is a good point. We are going to leave it right there and actually dash over to the very dashing, very ragged. Actually, you look like shit at the moment. This is over to Rattigan and see what's going on with you.
Dashing, although I have got a nice new robe.
You've got a very nice new robe, which you're very proud of.
I'm like a sort of very thin haystack in a new robe.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are seeing, I can tell you what you're seeing before you need to react to anything particularly. The gates are being swarmed. So these are 3 skeletons. However, don't be fooled. Imagine that's like 3 groups of skeletons. So each skeleton is like a group, okay?
Right.
So these are overwhelming the smaller group of archers or gatesmen here, and they're sort of climbing over the gate, like busting down the gate with a battering ram. They're really going to town on this thing over here. There's another few groups over here that are entering and sort of swarming through at speed. The archers here have seen them calling out and are firing. You can't see great detail, but you can sort of make out. You know that there are archers here, so you can sort of make out what's happening. Same for you can see you think you can see things in the distance over here. The bonfires were hastily relit and the torches were hastily relit. Also, they have flaming arrows which they're firing out, so you can sort of make shapes out. But this is kind of what you're seeing right now, as this is sort of just being completely overwhelmed. The defense is completely inadequate, understandably.
And the war penguins sort of not far from me.
Yeah, they're in a covered stable, and the stable has a bolt on the outside, like one of those bolts. It's also got a bolt on the inside, which they haven't used. It's got a bolt on the inside, which Teddy used and then went through the skylight. So there's a skylight on top of here, which you can get down into, open the bolt from the inside, and release the war penguins. So they're pretty safe, actually. And as they're not human... Sorry? You what?
Just describe my move. That's exactly what I want to do then.
Oh, weird. We are in sync. Hopefully I'll lead you to a certain death. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Just to finish up, you can also see like bodies bobbing in the water, which are skeletons trying to like get purchase onto land and crawl out. So they seem to be coming underwater and sort of like just hopelessly swimming and trying. They're pretty bad at this, so they're not really managing to swim anywhere. They're just sort of floating and bouncing around. A couple of them manage to get up. They're swiftly taken out by these archers here. And these archers here are actually doing a pretty good job. These archers here as well, and those ones there are doing. These ones here seem particularly good. There's also a ring of archers on the inside, and they're also starting to fire out now. So, you could hold out. I mean, it doesn't look like the game is completely over, in that sense. But you never.
No, I want to. So we're on this big wide map. Are Quint and everyone inside this building in the middle here?
The building. This is the macro map, and the
mini
map is here.
I
so this is where they are. Yeah, and it relates directly to the way it's sit there. Yeah, the X here is Jean-Louis. I'm put a little J here actually. The X over here is Jean-Louis' place. His office is just here. That's a J.
Okay.
Yeah. So
at the moment, the only sort of breach is over here. These skeletons. Like these units coming in through this door over here.
These ones have come over the palisade walls because they're pretty short, and they just literally climbed over the edges. So they are coming in from all angles, but they're still a bit far away. You still have a line of defense before the inside line of defense. So I mean, for instance, if you wanted to go to the hall, you could. You could get there quite easily, quite safely. You're not going to get overwhelmed anytime soon. But
I want to do it, but I want to do it riding the fucking war penguins.
Who are creatures of chaos, I should point out, just saying. Okay, but yes.
Out of interest, Neil, where are the gates?
Rattigan is very much a creature of chaos. So
yeah, he's a bit. Okay. That's cool. They've still got the horse bags over their head, so maybe the pantomime horse bags that you stole. Who have fashion.
Yeah.
So maybe
Awesome,
they'll
that's good for everyone. Look, everyone's worried about skeletons right now. No one gives a shit about
Okay.
Chaos War Penguins. All
Fair
right,
enough.
let's just roll the dice. All right.
All right. So what are you gonna do? What's your plan, sir?
I want to get down onto the roof, like as we said, get onto the roof of the stables, down to where the war penguins are.
Yeah.
And basically, I want to open up the door, saddle up. But I want to then, I mean, that I'm guessing is a turn.
Oh yeah, to literally get off, slide off the roof, and then I would say, and let's put Scooter, the blacksmith over here.
That was the blacksmith.
Yeah, but he's got a real name. This is just his nickname.
Scooty.
Scooty. He hates Scooty. All right, so you call him Scooty. So Scooter comes out and he sort of sees you. You sort of you can slide off, run to this ladder here that you propped up, and Scooter knows this as well. Maybe you can mention that if you wanted to him. Up to Ish, you don't need to.
I'm going to get him in on this.
Okay. And the skylight is sort of around here-ish. That's on the roof.
I'm going to yell, Scooty with me.
Okay, so you do like a bum slide, like a dog trying to clean itself from grass, like down the slope of the blacksmiths. You like land on your feet, like you actually land in a fucking superhero pose. And there's a part of you that hates yourself for doing it. And then you sort of turn to Scooter and go, Scooty, to me! And then you sort of dash over to...
I land in a superhero pose, and then Mabel lays an egg.
A rotten egg. A zombie egg on your back. Okay, cool.
A zeg.
A zeg. She lays a zeg. Brilliant. All right, so you do that and you dash over. Are you dashing up to the skylight? I'm assuming that's what you're doing, right?
I mean, if that's the best way to get in, yes.
It's the only way to get in because you deliberately bolted on the inside to protect the war penguins.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so you dash over, get to them. You can do all of that in one night. That's about 6 seconds, but I'll stretch it to 10. That's fine. Scooter sort of goes, oh, right, you are, and starts climbing. Goes, your friend the elf, did she mention me? And starts like climbing up the ladder after you onto the roof. Cool. Okay, back into this situation. Quint, you are.
Yes.
Well, you're in a special place right now. Let's say.
I hate everyone.
Everything. Yeah. So bearing in mind, you are where you are right now, and you're in your chapter of life. You sort of have to role play that, buddy. So what are you doing, and what's going on?
Humans. So many humans. I would got you all like the fish in my waterfall as soon as I get my sword out.
Can you please make an intelligence? Can you make an intelligence test? -10.
Oh God!
I can try.
Yes, you can.
What are the Vagabonds famous for?
Rolling dice.
That's a house. That's
a house. Yeah, you're off to a great start.
Try
That's a candle. Okay. 77 is a failure no matter what. That's fine.
Very much. Yeah.
All right. So you try and do some very quick arithmetic, which has never been you're never really paying attention for all of sci-fi.
Oh, I can take them.
Yeah, basically, you think you can take them. You think there's like one person there, and like the war dog is basically like a puppy. Like you just think I can take him. This is fine. It's just an elf. In fact, she's not even. She's not even human. So you can basically take it. You think you can take him? Just FYI.
Okay. Well,
that was going after humans though. So if I'm not human.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you could potentially use that to your advantage or roll a critical failure, one or two. So, Quinn, carrying on, what do you want to do?
Well, you're a bastard.
Okay, man,
Yes,
I really don't want to attack my fellow party members, but
That's
I'm kind of
fine.
running out of choices here.
Well, if you can be creative, I mean, that's cool, man. If you find a way out of it, let me know. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm laughing out loud again. That should be internal.
Okay. I have, in my character's past,
Yeah.
I have been very, very scared of dogs.
Well, you're pulling that one out, are you? All right.
Yes,
so you have.
I am.
What is a dog?
Do we fancy making a cool check, which I have absolutely none of now?
So hang on a second. I'm not gonna necessarily not allow it. But why is this the first time that we've talked about this? Considering that you've met this dog for let's say a good 20 to 48 hours, where was that?
Because he's been of sane
Because
mind.
I'm seeing all my friends as enemies.
Oh, you clever little rat! You clever little squeaker! Oh, you little bastard. I will, unfortunately, because there's a public audience, have to concede that and say, all right, you bastard, make a cool test to not go into your phobia of dogs.
Yeah, this will be the one time in your life you're hoping for a critical success.
But if you pass, you will frenzy against the dog.
I will take that risk.
Okay. What is your cool, sir?
I like those odds.
98! This is a massive failure. Okay, that's a critical failure.
Oh,
That's a massive critical failure, which is the first time I think anybody's ever wanted a critical failure in this game. So that's a 98, which is the most disastrous, one of the most disastrous rolls you can make. Okay, you've taken an instant insanity point, please.
okay.
That's instant insanity. And then taking a further D3 insanity points, please.
You really don't like being outfoxed, do you?
Not at all. So it's a D3.
This
It's
is
one.
very yes and of you, Neil.
This is a D3 over here. You can roll plus the one on top. That's how many insanity
I
points
can
you
see
get.
the dice. I can
There
see
you
the
go.
dice.
Lovingly caressing, preparing for you, sir. And then we'll get to what happens. That's a 3. So you have 4 insanity points. 4 insanity points.
I'm attacking my
That's
friend.
impressive.
It's better than attacking my friend.
Yeah, so 4 insanity points. How many insanity points do you currently have, just out of curiosity? You should have like
I
5 or
have
6.
absolutely none, I believe. So that would be my first 4.
Okay, so when you get to 6, let me know, because we're going to do some very interesting rolls against your cool. Okay, so
I'll get more insane.
basically you'll get more insane, yeah. Okay, so not only that, but you completely freak out. And you turn immediately around and you literally run at your fullest speed over about a yard or 2 into the wall. Please make a toughness test or take D2 wounds automatically, irrespective of toughness.
Really doesn't like losing. Really doesn't.
It's not my fault. It's a critical failure. It's going to be bad, dude. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's not my fault. So a strength test is toughness test is your toughness times 10, and that's a percentile, and then you roll that or underneath it.
Let's do it.
Let's fall in jeopardy. Okay, so it's 86. It's a big failure. Please roll this dice over here. No, so it's D2. So basically roll a D6 and halve it.
Has anyone
Okay,
passed
we've
the
got-
test yet at all?
Nope.
We just
And
rolled so
doing
badly
so great.
I've
There
got,
isn't
I've got a D4 here. so it's
D4,
like a 1 to
half the
2,
D4. Yeah, 1 to 2, 3 to 4. Yeah, that's fine.
What's that one going?
Big money. 3. Okay, so you take 2 automatic wounds, irrespective of toughness. And
Okay.
the good news is you sort of brain yourself, and then you like smash down onto your ass, and now you're basically in a prone state of dizziness. And you got little tiny rats, little marching rats in like you know like people see like little birds and stars and shit floating around their heads in cartoons.
Big elephants on parade.
Yeah, you got little rats, or you got a whole bunch of little mini cute storm vermin going left, and they're like marching around with halberds and helmets, just like going around your head, and you're going like that. So
Storm vermin.
yeah, so he says that and sort of passes out and comes back to you again.
This is why Teddy wants to run away. He's the only competent person in this bloody party at the moment.
Terrifying.
Look, I was trying not to hit my party members. Okay, I thought I did
Exactly.
okay.
Amazing. So you actually got the best worst roll you could possibly get, and brained yourself at the same time. All right, brilliant. All right, so you're sort of dazed. You're going to be dazed for a couple of rounds, I would say, before you can get. But the good news is, this is actually going to snap you out of whatever the fuck that was.
I fucking think so.
See, I'm a kind demigod. Sort of. All right, so back to the action, Demi. All right, so also these skeletons are now sort of pouring through, like squeezing through the cracks. The Iron Man is doing a very good job of keeping most of them around and smashes this one over here. This guy is unfortunately dead. The old monk, but this one, he's been smashing skeletons left, right and centre. However, more and more are pouring through. None of them seem to be armed, which I guess is the only saving grace, and they seem completely ineffectual against the Iron Man. But he's sort of been clogged now by them. There's like, they literally, imagine they're just sort of pouring around them almost, and occasionally 1 or 2 get past. He has got very fast reflexes, and he seems to attack very quickly. So he's managing to smash the ones that are squeezing past him. However, it's only a matter of time before a couple break through. Also, Teddy, please make an initiative test.
I can't pass that then.
Yeah, I know, right? You're a vagabond. Sorry. That's an 18. That's a comfortable pass. All right, you do a very quick situational awareness look around. You can see like humans are basically running into these various rooms, and you can hear like people hammering nails and wood to like windows and doors and things. So basically everybody is basically reinforcing wherever they are and are trying to basically make it into like a mini safe room, I guess.
Which is the way? Where's the way out of this doorway?
Several. So there is. This is stairs going down. Obviously, these are windows going out. There is no second floor. It's only except you can get on the roof, and there is like a. Well, actually, there is a little ladder. There's a ladder that goes up here. Like
yeah,
this.
I know. Del and I talked about getting.
Yeah, you can, and that goes to the chimney where there's a little bell tower stuff.
Oh, so it's inside the main corridor.
This is yeah. So the stairs are inside.
Sorry.
Yeah. But these are windows. This is an empty room here with no door. This is the main area through to the main hall. This is where the dwarves have all taken up. This is the tree which has got a lot of holy water around it. And most of the fighters and capable people are barricading them, creating barrels and basically sort of like creating lines of defense here, and are trying to awaiting the inevitable assault. You haven't heard anybody being attacked yet. Like, doesn't seem to be people entering just yet.
It kind of feels like we need to guard this grate at the moment.
At the moment, the clear and present danger is the grate. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because they're not expecting attack from the rear. But okay, that's all good. Then I'll hold position here with the golem right now. Make sure that I can keep in control of him too. Yeah,
I mean, he's not out of control in terms of like losing the ground of like trying to stop them from coming through at the moment.
No, but we have no idea how this thing works. So if I go like more than 5 meters out of its radius, it may
it may just stop,
power down or anything.
Yeah. So you're sort of tied to it.
Have some slight intelligence about that, I think.
Sure thing. Blue.
So they keep it nice.
Oh, sorry, Pete. Anything else you want to do, mate?
Oh, can I also just shoot again at another?
Absolutely, please do.
Into the fracas.
Waste your ammunition, why not? That's a 54. What's your ballistic skill, sir?
47 plus marksmanship 57.
Oh, you're lucky fuck. All right, so 57.
Oh, no, it is 50. It is 57 because I took that advance anyway. So
marksmanship
with marksmanship.
Yeah, and marksmanship will also give you cooled shot. So if there's a particular place that you want to shoot something, you can.
No. I'm just shooting at skeletons.
Right, cool. So.
Oh, yay! Got a critical.
Yay! All right. So it's ballistic skill, so you don't need to roll again. You just roll the dice again. If you get another 6, you just keep going. No, not for ballistic skill. Because it's quite devastating. They're quite devastating weapons, you know. That's a 10. That is
13.
That's completely annihilated it. Absolutely. In fact, you can tell me how this skeleton sort of hops out, and you think there's a weird smile on its face because it sort of dodges the little thing, just stands there going.
All skeletons, they're smiling.
They do.
Yeah, they can do nothing but.
This one looks like the posture indicates it's really smiling.
Okay.
The bullet just spins its jaw around and then its head just pops off nicely.
Does it sort of come out like a corkscrew, like?
Yeah, exactly right.
It just pops off. Do that noise again because I enjoyed that, Pete. Nice. All right, so that happens. Actually, and you sort of look around, and Blue, what are you doing at that precise moment, sir?
So is Quint out?
Yeah, you just saw this. Yeah, can you please make a roll to not giggle? That's going to be a cool test. No, I'm joking. So basically, he went from being this kill man thing, all this kind of stuff, to then growling at Fleck, to then something weird happened, and he just sort of his bowels loosened a tiny bit, he's just and a little smirk. It wasn't as bad as the first time because he's pretty much out of the musk. It takes him a good 10 minutes to get more musk. Do you know what I mean?
I've got to recharge.
He's got to recharge the musk glands. So
musk cooldown.
Yeah, he's got a musk. Yeah, he does. And actually, there must be a way to debuff his musks at some point. Let's not go into that.
I want a t-shirt
buff the musk. Maybe buff the musk. Come up behind him and go, "Watch it, mate," or something like that. Just really upset him. So anyway, so that aside, he basically then span round and ran full tilt into the bookcase where he just basically brained himself. He went back, sat on his ass, and he sort of, his head's lolling around. He's like that, and he sort of looks at you like this. But he's sort of, you can see that the sort of frenzy in his eyes is gone. And he's sort of like putting his paws to his head, and he's like this. He doesn't look anywhere near as aggressive or upset as he was a few minutes ago. And his body stopped shaking as well from whatever this power that was coursing through it. So he's sort of sitting there like Quint, basically, just with an enormous headache. Fleck is still growling at him though.
I want to leave this room.
Very popular choice. Very popular choice. All right, so you're gonna just dash straight and go, okay, and just dash straight out now, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I see this nonsense.
Yeah, Fleck pops out. You just catch the tail end of this head going like that as it just pops off a skeleton, And you see the Iron Man is ripped off the gates, which is news to you, and is now dealing with all the skeletons. But they're sort of like, you think they're going to breach at some point, but he's sort of holding it at the moment. Teddy's just sort of like jumping in the air like gun fu style, just like zzz, like this, going pow 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 with his slingshot. And yes, she's making noises, which is
Neil,
adorable.
You've never made me cool before.
No, but well, hang on a second. Just wait. Just wait. He's doing little gun fu hops sideways, and as he's doing, he's going pew 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 pew. He's making noises as he shoots, which is kind of sad more than adorable.
Give it, then Neil take it away.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I see you're a familiar worshipper of the god of Sad Neil. Welcome, welcome, sister. Okay, so what do you want to do, Blue?
So they're coming out of the grate, right?
Yeah.
That's the situation.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can cause some kind of cave-in? If I look around, like, is there any way to?
That's a good
Do
idea.
we have any dynamite on us, or?
I don't know actually. You've got your character sheets, but I guess the only thing that could damage that much maybe and like smash the shit out of whatever the overhang and cause all the bricks to fall down is actually the Iron Man. But I don't know. I don't know as much as you do about this. We'll just have to let the fates of dice decide. Sorry, again, I'm laughing outside. So.
I'm thinking, like, yeah, exactly. The Iron Man, his weight alone, if he even just started jumping, might cause something to crumble.
Maybe.
If we manage to get out of the way.
I
I mean, for now, what I'm able to do is shoot at skeleton.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have mining skill or anything like that weird like that, do you? It's only, I think it's Bondo that had that.
No.
No, only Bondo.
Yeah. Okay. You don't know, but the bricks don't look particularly tough. But then Victorian building is made up of like relatively small bricks, and those things are tough as houses. Pardon the weird pun. So you don't know is the honest answer, but it is made of brick. This entrance to the crypt. So it's more solid than the walls here, which you could probably hack your way through. Because most of the stuff here is wooden. Because it's a house of tall, which is all about nature and crap. So actually, the building itself is stone, but it's not like fucking Roman stone or anything like that. It's not cemented. It's like woaded or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure.
Bloody
Wattle
hippies.
and
Okay.
gold.
So,
All right. What?
no, I was going to say there are skeletons pouring through still on the Iron Man.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
kind
I'd
of
like to fire, at least get a shot in.
Yeah, sure. You don't need to pick, you don't need to particularly pick one. There are enough to sort of go around. So we're just going to sort of take it as you can make a ballistic skill and then hit one. But don't worry specifically where it is on the board right now because it's all around the grey area anyway. So it's your ballistic skill. Do you have any bonuses? And by the way, everybody does still have +5 from the Teddy special breakfast that he prepared. So you got +5.
Can you? What's the +5 to the ballistic skill? Or?
To all percentile skills, you have +5.
Oh, okay.
Because you basically had this amazing meal that Teddy can cook.
All right,
it's
so
called
that
the Teddy
makes it
special.
72.
Yeah, cool. So that's a good ballistic skill. 0.2. That's 0.6. Okay, not quite a critical hit, but that's very close to. So that's a hit. Roll d6 plus your strength of your bow.
Oh, I rolled a skeleton.
You roll a skeleton. Hey, bonus skeleton. Rolling skeleton. That's 4. So you can roll skeletons. That's really fun. Oh, sorry, wait.
Skeletal
Sorry,
parkour.
hang on. This
I
is
didn't mean to.
no. I want to know what the mechanics of that would be. Hey-oh. Okay, that's great. I wonder if I can do that with Teddy. I can totally do that. With
He's
Teddy.
like a cat. He lands on his feet all the time.
Hang on a
doesn't
second.
he?
I'm just gonna roll Teddy. Teddy, hey-oh.
I can tell he
That's
doesn't.
amazing. I'm so sorry. What were you talking about? Oh yeah, the skeleton.
I got a 4.
You got
Rolled
a 4. And is it effective? You've got an elf bow. It's effective strength of 4, right? I think.
Yes, it's got
Yes.
4.
So that is a devastating weapon. 8 will do it. 8 will pop its clogs once more. So you just literally, you can tell me if you wish how you want to dispatch the skeleton.
I just like to think I shoot its head clean off.
Actually, what you can do is do another gun fu move, but better than Teddy's, and land and then fire it off, and as you wish.
Yes.
And then you look
Wait,
at
can I
Teddy.
flip?
Yeah, you can totally flip. You got acrobatics.
Oh, whoa! Look at me go.
Yo, kya, kya, kya. All right, so you do that. You sort of parkour, and then you land. In fact, you shout out the Elvish for parkour, which is ethura, like that as you jump around, and then you land. Look at Teddy, and as you're looking at Teddy, in fact, you don't even shoot it like properly. You look at Teddy, and then you loose the arrow, and then it kills the skeleton.
Shot.
You do a look shot, like hey, Do I sense some kind of like Gimli Legolas shit going on here? I mean, come
potentially.
on. All right, let's have a think. All right, so you basically dispatch the skeleton. Another one like this, it just sticks to the wall here, like. And this thing actually moves a bit closer into the grate system, and is standing that's actually helped because it's standing right in the entrance to the crypt, and is now like merrily just smashing them as they come. So that's actually helped considerably, Blue. That is your go. Fleck is by your side. I don't know if you want to do anything with Fleck. This is Blue's go, Tom. We're not getting to you just yet. Do you want Fleck to do anything? I think his initiative is after Tom, I believe.
Oh, he's technically my second attack, right?
Oh yeah, that's right, isn't he? Yeah. 34.
You know, I kind of don't want him to do anything.
No, keep him out of the way. I think.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'll keep him out of the way for now.
All right.
Just bodyguard you if I was probably thinking.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we are going to Michael Bay crash zoom over to Ratty on the roof. That sounds like a musical, Ratty on the roof. Sorry. Okay, so Ratty, before you make any choices, I'm going to give you a little bit of like cinematic cut scenery. So as you're standing there, so you look round, you hear this from over this here direction, somewhere over there, and you just hear this as this huge kind of like suddenly bursting into flames, like rocket lines like this, come over and just go boom, 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 and slam into this hut over here. Do you remember from the year, like 10 episodes ago, that ballista thing that happened?
Yeah.
It sounded just like that.
Yeah.
Only the good news is it only seems to be one of them this time. But it sort of like flies over and it just destroys half of the crow's nest that these two archers were on, obliterating them completely. You just see that happen. The good news, well, I guess there's any good news. You only was one ballista hit or something, so that's changed. The last time there was about 10 or something crazy like that.
Oh, good news. Thanks for good news.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna carry on with my mission now, please. Can I stop for a minute and go, oh no, bollocks! That's fucking awful. Right, I need to get back to the war penguins. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna climb up.
No, you're already on top of it. You're already on top. Yeah, you're gonna climb down. Okay, cool.
Climb down. Scooter, I've told him to go around. Can he unbolt the front door from the front, or is he gonna climb with me?
No, he's gonna climb with you, but he can go and do that.
He's coming with me anyway.
Yeah, he's coming with you anyway. He can go and do that whilst you like get the war penguins ready, I guess.
Right. Okay.
Do you have like ride? Oh shit! Do you have like ride or like drive car or anything useful like that?
No.
Do you have animal handling or anything like that?
I have animal handling, yes.
Cool. Can you please make a leadership test? And that's also going to help you get the war penguins hitched and ready. Well, they're already hitched, but it's going to get them sort of prepared and ready for you to then take the reins and lead them off. It's going to be a leadership test plus 20 because they know you and you have animal handling. Actually, plus 30 because they know you and you have the skills. I think that's fair enough. So it's your leadership plus 30.
Okay. The 10 as well, this one over here.
And you get a plus 5 on top of that for the breakfast. So it's plus 35 actually. It's very healthy.
Oh, that's good because my leadership is terrible. Right, let's roll.
Oh, 72. Does that make it? Does that cut it? Is it a slight failure? Is it a mild failure?
My leadership is 24. Yeah, no, I can't even make it with luck.
Okay,
it's a fail.
It's a fail. That's okay. They get a bit shirty with you. They're not like bolting or anything like that. They're not like trying to kill you or anything stupid. They get a bit shirty with you. Like they're sort of like going, you know, where's the short guy and all that stuff. And they start like honk honk like that and start trying to bite at you a little bit.
Yeah.
In a playful way, like they're taking the piss basically. So that's not helpful in the slightest.
Yeah.
But you can sort of. Yeah, you can sort of try and take the reins and stuff, but at the moment they're not really playing ball. They're being dicks, basically. But the good news is, I guess, is that Scooter has run to the front and is holding the bolt lever, looking at you like, you can just tell me when you want me to do this, and I'll pop it off. Oh, that came out wrong. He's just sitting looking at you like that.
I just give him a thumbs up, whatever he says. We're sticking with this plan.
All right.
Nice.
So, okay, amazing. All right. So at that point, we're going to leave you there to gear up and get ready, and basically just hold on, I guess. I mean, the second he opens that door, they're going to fly out. It's a question of like you guiding them quickly into where they're supposed to go. Okay, we're over here. Okay. Yeah. So next up, I guess, is Quint. Quint, you sort of you find yourself on the floor. Pretty much you smell the musk of fear, but it's not like huge, but it's pretty much been squirted everywhere. And you sort of sit there blinking. You don't remember much. All you remember was a loud bang. You sort of have this weird kind of like waking dream about dancing skavens, like Stormvermin. And something about really, really, you feel really hungry and your mouth's got like cotton ball, like you feel really like cotton ball mouthy. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, sir?
Was it like you... When you just wake up in the afternoon after taking a midday sleep,
it's like taking
You feel wrong.
It's like taking an accidental nap that got out of control.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones, you think, I'm just going to lay down. Suddenly you've napped for like an hour and a half, and then you've gone over that 40-minute period of 40 winks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then suddenly
I'm 100%
like,
with you.
You know what I mean? Like that accidental, slightly guilty nap. Because you realise you've done nothing for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine, but it doesn't actually help our current situation.
Well, it helps the audience understand your point of view, old chap.
That's fair enough. That's cool. No, I'm with it. We're still all going to die.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So I assume I'm slightly dazed but functional. Am I suffering any minuses due to slamming my head against the wall at 30 miles an hour?
Well, you got two wounds, which isn't great. But,
okay. But that's it. Cool.
You mentalist.
Basically.
just want to make sure what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, you're working with not a huge amount. This is you over here, isn't it, Quint? You're white, right?
You're
brown.
What is it? I'm brown. I've already taken my wounds off.
You're over here. You're hiding over here. Okay. What is that? You just keep a body there? Why did you? That's weird.
This has got nothing to do with me.
Dude, you just keep
I've
human.
got nothing to do with that. That's not me.
Dude, why do you have like a random, actually unique? That's really weird. All right, so I'm going to move back to the table, and we'll talk about that later, Clem, after we finish.
Okay, cool.
The thing is, right, nobody else apart from me and Clem can see inside his magic box, because everybody else is like hidden, because obviously there's gold and people can steal off each other and all that kind of fun stuff. So nobody else knows that in his box, he's got a lying down corpse of a human just lying here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to lock it to the table just so you know where it is at all times. There you go. It's now locked.
I don't like to boast. Can I get to my turn now, please?
Yes, you can. Listen, folks at home that are listening like a radio show, it's not a corpse, it's just a model. But the way it's positioned, it just looks like a random fucking human corpse. It's really funny. Sorry.
Somebody probably fired it there.
I know, they probably did. I probably threw it in a fit of rage. It's probably me, actually. Okay, so anyway, what do you want to do, sir? You've come to. You can have a full round, sir.
Okay, cool. Right. I'm going to first get up, realise that everybody's actually gone, realise that I might have gone a little bit out of my mind. I'm assuming I would have realised that.
Do you do one of those look-arounds, like, is it me or is it them? Where
are my feet at?
Yeah, where are my feet at? Oh my god. Do you check for your junk and go, oh, thank god.
Junk, musk, it's all good.
It's all fine. Got your musk, got your junk, you're fine. Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm going to turn to where I'm assuming the Master Monk is cowering.
You can't see him anymore. All you can hear is the sort of like the desk, the rather large desk, is like shaking every now and again.
Right, as he folds himself into one of the drawers.
Basically, he's dropped inside one of the very large cabinet sides to it. He's just like jumped in there and locked the door behind him.
Okay. Do I intelligently think that he might be in there and hiding like a scared rabbit?
Yes, you're pretty sure that is not something weirder than him getting somehow inside a full-grown man getting inside a cabinet. Yeah, pretty much.
Good-o.
Master Monk, I can do nothing but apologize. I am in my right mind now. Please, we might need the Ark later to deal with the Necromancer. If you could find people to take it out.
You get interrupted and you hear this very muffled like that from inside the cabinet.
I'm going to have to assume that he's heard me because there's a fight going on outside and everybody's left, so I'm assuming it's serious. Playing in character.
Yeah, sure. Can you please make an initiative test?
Okay, cool. Let's find some dice. Zooming out. Zooming out again. Okay, I've got one dice here. Where's the other one?
Might I interest you in this dice over here, sir?
No, don't fall for it.
That's a fantastic one. Thank you very much.
Very well. Please roll. Enjoy yourself, sir.
Right.
A 97!
How about you enjoy yourself, Neil? Shit.
Oh my god, I'm crying with laughter. Okay, so I'm so sorry, that's supposed to be internal. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to crack my fingers. There we go. How do we deal with this? Okay, so you pass a nearby window. You pass a nearby window, and you are convinced, because you don't know where the vagabonds are, you are convinced that they are out here in trouble, fighting for their lives, with shadows like passing, like running around, and that you think they are somewhere pretty much over here. Where are you here? So you think they're somewhere over here, and that you think they're trying to hop the wall and get out. And you're so convinced, I'm going to say that you are compelled to follow this instinct.
Well, it's straight out the window then, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you going to barrel roll through it, or are you going to open it and daintily get through it, or are you just going to jump straight through it?
I'm going to daintily open it because I want to keep the rest of my wounds for a fight.
Very wise. Very wise. Okay, so you sort of hop out and you slink off immediately, like a rat out of a trap, sir. And you're sort of going towards the wall, which I can draw here actually. Why not? So this is going to be the outer wall there, and you're like running towards it. You think you see, you see definitely like, you see something weird actually. And what's your night vision, just out of curiosity?
Ooh, that's a very good point. I will double check. 1 second. Is 30 feet, sir.
30 feet. Okay.
Yes.
You can definitely see like somebody on top of it, and they're sort of struggling. They're like half and half on one side and the other, and they're sort of struggling to get in, or get out, or something. They're definitely struggling there.
Okay. I'm assuming that I'm seeing literal carnage all around me as there's skeletons literally all around.
There aren't actually. No, there aren't skeletons inside.
Not on this area.
Not inside here yet. No, but there may be a skeleton trying to come over. You think the vagabonds ran this way. That's why your instincts led you out here. That's why you possessed by the knowledge that they must have gone this way.
Is it trying to get in or trying to get out?
You don't know. You can't tell.
Well, it's based on what my character believes is happening.
Yep.
I think it's a safe assumption for me to assume that's one of the vagabonds, so I'm going to be heading towards them to find out what the hell's going on in my semi-delusional smashed against the wall state.
Yep, fair enough. Okay, we're going to hold you there because you've done a fair amount of stuff in 6 seconds. About 6 seconds per round, folks. Okay, Quinn, next up, I guess, is back to Teddy Wheatpasture. She just outgunned food you, man.
I mean, not really.
Yeah, she did, dude. She did, and she looked at you and gave you one of those surreptitious winks as well, like, you know.
I think it's time we call for a little bit of reinforcement. So I'm going to shout for some hate monks.
You say hate monks?
Yeah,
hate monks on my command. Unleash the hate monks. Oh, I hate it here. It's horrible, isn't it? You can't get a decent meal. I hate it.
It's a very specific group of monks.
Oh, my knees. I have to go up and down for prayers every day. I hate it. I hate that too. All right.
You're a griping monk.
Yeah, no, so I don't want to go too far with the whole hate monk thing. All right, so you call for... You're going to get a couple of hate monks. That's what you get. So please go ahead. I'm so sorry. I'm derailing the seriousness of the situation.
Monks, we need holy water in here now.
Okay, so that is a pre-established thing, is it not? I think we did this first. We did
talk about that. We had barrels of holy water.
Right. So there are 3 monks stationed with the various like Molotov holy water bottle things, and they're going to be like there with the holy water. And the idea was that you would scream for them, and they would run to your position, and I guess throw them at whatever it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we were looking to sort of slicken the stairs, I think, with it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you call, and the monk runs, sort of running full pelt like a young initiate, and you can hear him like barreling towards you, going, "Coming! I'm coming, sir!" Like that. And he's going to basically rush to your position, because that was the deal. The deal was the monks would rush to you, give you what you need, and then sort of rush back for more stuff. It's kind of like a weird artillery support thing without actually having artillery. It's like, that you can call them in for a strike kind of thing. All right. So he's sort of rushing, his robes flapping, and he's wearing like one of those sandals. Actually, revealingly, he's wearing like comfy sandals he's not supposed to be wearing. He's supposed to be wearing like flat sandals.
As well.
He's got socks on. He's one of those dudes. You can see him. He's a monster. Yeah.
Don't trust him.
You don't trust him. He's chaos evil. So there you go. So he's running towards you. That's a free action, calling out. What are you going to do action-wise, sir? The Iron Man is currently in the doorway and blocking quite nicely most of these things. He's still smashing his way through them.
If there's a clear line of sight, then I'll take a shot, I guess.
Not really. No, it's kind of unnecessary at this point.
Kind of just hold my action, I guess.
Well, are you giving any instructions to the Iron Man? Because he's inching forwards, trying to get through like all the broken bones and shit. So he's still moving.
I'm kind of happy with what he's doing, to be honest. If he's just
sure,
pushing them back, holding them back and at bay, then that's kind of what we need right now.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
It's just to hold this corridor while everything else happens around us.
Okie dokie, cool. Anything
else?
In
my head, anyway.
I think it makes sense. It's a good tactical position to sort of bung up this crypt for the bodies of about 100 monks or something like that. Cool. Okay, so what do you want to do? That's what you've taken in. You've done a free action.
So if anything comes through, then I'm just ready for a free action.
So you're aiming, which is another +10 to your ballistic skill for the first shot. So that's an aim, and that's cumulative. So each round you aim, you get a +10 to your ballistic skill.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's round one.
That.
Just taking that. Okie dokie. Blue, what are you up to? You've just landed. Teddy's trying to look not impressed. Deep down, he is. What do you want to do?
Well, I kind of see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's sort of taking a fire.
I kind of want to move on from this. I mean, well, he's not firing though, right?
No,
he's just letting the.
Yeah.
So I want to move on from this position. I just genuinely don't know where to go. There was that kind of bird nest that I wanted to be.
This is here actually. This is the ladder that goes up to the little kind of bell tower thing that sits on top of the La Maison Tower, and that's the ladder up to a little trapdoor which leads into it. It's also the ladder is. It's less of a ladder actually. It's more like a very very angularly vertical bunch of steps. So Fleck could theoretically climb up it. It's like a 15-degree angle, so it's very, very steep, but the dog could probably like work his way up it to come with you if you wanted him to.
Yeah, I would like to go up high.
Okie dokie. Cool. So what's your movement? Is it 4?
Yeah, it's fast. It's 5.
Oh, it's 5. Great. You can actually zip to it, rush up it, and I would say I can position you over here with El Doggo.
Sorry, where am I?
You'll come over here. Follow the dog. 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 So you're over here. Now you're on top of the macro map here. I'm going to put the bell towers here. You have 300. You have like an exit area here, here of the bell tower, and the bell is actually right above you. So you essentially got more or less 360-degree arc of fire there. So you can see everything that comes in. Actually, do you have excellent vision? You're an elf, aren't you?
I do. I have good vision.
Cool. So you can see some pretty awful things. There's a whole bunch of groups. Each one of these skeletons represents a group of skeletons. There are skeletons here being held off by these dudes over here. There's a couple of skeletons marching on these 2 positions. These skeletons have completely overrun the gatehouse. And are now marching very much towards the main centre. So they're actually getting ready for like an assault, I guess. There is a half-exploded building. A couple of bodies of... whoops. Oh, easy. Okay, everybody, do-si-do. Okay, so these 2 archers are very dead. One of these archers is also succumbed to wounds. There's a single archer on the corner. This building is actually burning. He's still firing off. These 2 skeletons have overtaken this position here. So these two dudes are deadski. I promised you I'd tidy up, so I will try and tidy up a little bit. So that's happening there. I'm going to leave them for flavour just there. You can also see that these archers are faring quite well. They're maintaining any skeletons that sort of coming in from the river very badly because they're just floating around, and some of the skeletons coming over the wall they are managing to actually take control of. However, in the distance you can see yet another small force of skeletons making their way through the houses here, the abandoned houses. Over this side, the skeletons are again making progress. They're being actually pretty well handled. However, they can't be everywhere, and these things are moving en masse towards you. The biggest threat is coming from the south. They're approaching the southern part of the wall, which is the sort of this side over here. Put skeleton chopper down, that one there. That's roughly where they'll enter from, I guess, in terms of approaching the La Maison Town. And this gatehouse has also now been overwhelmed, although they lasted a bit longer. So like this. So yeah, things are definitely turning towards the skeleton's favour. However, they're not doing quite so well. So yeah, I guess you've got a little bit of breathing room, but not much. You take all of that pretty much in 6 seconds at a glance. So that's the end of your action. Bearing in mind you're the only person right now that's seen all of this, with the exception of Ratty, who saw the building get half destroyed. So all this information is yours alone at the moment. The other Vagabonds do not know this. I think that's it. So moving on, it is Rattigan's go. Rattigan, you are with the War Penguin still.
So I'm trying to... question, like, as I'm kind of like trying to sort of get the War Penguins kind of like ready to roll.
Yeah.
Just glancing outside, I don't happen to see a half deranged rat man struggling with me.
You mean when you're on the rooftop here? Technically, I guess it could be the same time, actually. Yeah, you sort of see... We're going to jump ahead in time a little bit with Quint, but it's quite funny. You see... actually, what you see are two things wrestling here on top of the inner courtyard. And they're wrestling,
Ooh, okay.
almost like they're tussling with one another.
Okay. When you say things, can you be more precise?
You don't have the night vision, buddy. You don't know. You just see... You definitely see two figures. You got 6 yards, mate. That's not going to make it across the water.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so you saw two beings tussle with one another on top of the inner gate, the inner palisade, but you could not tell for life or money who they were or what they are. But I'll give you that, yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's like a half give.
Well, I like you, Tom. It's a half give. Half giveth, half taketh away.
I can't do anything with, so I'm gonna
put it in your back pocket.
Go back to the penguins then.
Cool. So the War Penguins are still being little dicks, but you can get them under control now, and it's again plus 35 to your leadership, just to basically get them into action, and you'll be immediately able to set off. Which also means he'll be throwing the doors wide open once you've got control.
God, I need this roll.
Yes, you do, buddy. Get in the fight, Tom. Get in the fight.
I'm trying to. I really am. It's.
What are you rolling?
It's over here.
43. 43, right?
43.
That's a success. That's good. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, what do you say? What do you say to the naughty War Penguins? Because they're sort of like biting. They're now biting the bottom of Scooter, like nipping him.
I say, naughty penguins, don't bite Scooter's body. Jump on the back of one of them, and go and get them to come with me, and we're riding. Is there a way to ride into? I want to basically go to where the other people are. Can I ride into the building?
You totally can. There's an open gate. Well, there's a manned gate at the moment, which is this dude here next to the bonfire. And don't be fooled by the scale. This is like a lot bigger. But this here is a double gate system that can lock behind. Wagons can come in. So you'd have to like dump the wagon around here-ish. And the War Penguins would have to be outside. Well, they could be in the main hall, I guess. You could put the War Penguins in the main hall.
I mean, I should have made clear. Sorry, I didn't realise they were hitched to a wagon already. I didn't want... I would have unhitched them.
Okay, fine. You've unhitched the wagon. That's fine. You've unhitched them from the wagon. You're on top of them. Oh, if only I could balance you. There you are. You're balanced. And if I can balance the chicken on your head, my life will be semi-complete. Oh, dude. Hang on. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Whoop. Yes! Ah, Tom, now you look amazing. So you are balanced on top of the War Penguin.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I'm with Mabel on top of you.
I think we're going to have to task you to make a proper Mabel hat at some point. Cause...
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
So
I'll try.
So Scooter's like, thanks you, kind of flips open the lever, and then he sort of goes up to Rice. I think this is Rice. That's Cake. So he goes up to Rice and then just like strokes it. Obviously he's got really chummy with him, which is weird. And then he just like he jumps on Rice's back, and sort of looks at you and gives you a nod. As
we're away.
Yeah.
And we're away.
Okay,
we're going to ride. We're going as fast as we can.
Cool.
Into the building to find the others.
Okay. So you sort of leave it
together.
Yeah, you leave at breakneck speed, and Scooter, who's a bit nervous, he obviously doesn't ride horses or chaos are demon animals, just starts going dum 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 dum. He looks at you and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I always hum when I'm nervous." Dum 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 dum, like that, as you start like going breakneck speed. In fact, you go so fast you almost bowl over this poor guard that sort of like was just looking out as a lookout. He dodges out the way as you. It only takes you around. It's pretty close. As you and also Scooter barrel into the courtyard in front of the La Maison-Telle. Are you going straight into the main gates? Because everything's open at the moment until somebody gives the word to close it all down. Are you going to go straight into the hallway?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Cool. All right. So you barrel straight into the doorway and come straight into the hall. And as you sort of rush in, Scooter screams, and he just manages to pull the brakes on Rice. On Cake, and you're with Rice, I guess, right? So you manage to pull back, and both you and Scooter pull up like a good couple of feet only away from the dwarves, who just like look at you and go, "What the bloody hell are those things?" Like that. Scooter's like going, "Hello, sorry about that." I got Scooter on there. I'm amazing. Look at this. I'm amazing. Screenshot.
They be black and white mine ponies.
They're messy horses.
I normally should make you get a deception check, but I feel that would really complicate shit right now, so let's just assume you passed. Okay.
I know, I like the way we've got like the apocalypse raining down, and Neil is like having us role play small issues based around the appearance of mounts and shit like that.
I'm not going to, but I really, really, really want to be that petty, Tom. I'm bigger than that, though, Tom. All right, so you pull in rather coolly, and you sort of skid to a halt in front of the dwarves. You manage to kind of convince not to shoot you on sight. You also see in the background monks are running. There's a couple of monks. One monk running through here. So obviously they called. The whole plan was to call the monks to distribute holy water and as needed. So obviously that's happening. You're not sure what's happened, but clearly something's happened here that was... Because you've seen around you, there don't seem to be any skeletons like in the vicinity immediately, but something's clearly happened, and you don't know, maybe you did hear like a loud bang, I guess, from the offices area, so, and you know that the plan is to use the Arca Chaotica, so maybe something's gone drastically wrong, you're not sure. That is your go, Tom. So next up is Quint, sir.
Well, I'm waiting on you, sir, because there's something happening, isn't there?
Because it was a massive critical failure. Basically, you go up, you think one of the Vagabonds is in trouble, so you go up and you sort of like clamber up and you put a paw on the shoulder of this person. It's clearly a human, it's not a skeleton, of this person that's trying to climb over the wall. And actually, the character turns round, and you've sort of heard about this character. Apparently, he's a real dick, but you've never met him. This is Cecil de Chomley, who looks a little bit... He looks just like Terry Thomas. In a big ruffle suit, and he's got this little dagger in his hand. He goes, hand me your card, like that. I'm Cecil de Chumley, Chumley. It's pronounced Chumley. Fuck. He's obviously.
I think we need some more sort of modern references than on the buses.
That is hey, dude.
Carry on and
dude. Terry Thomas is canon. Is a canon reference in the original Leashmaster. Yes, I've augmented it, but fuck that. It's like pay tribute to the writers of this thing. They made him look.
I know, but that was from the 80s.
No, dude. Well, fuck that, dude. Like Terry Thomas was from the 60s. What do you want? I mean, he was dead by the time we were born, I think. So the point is that he is Terry Thomas, and go fuck yourself, Pete. So Quinn, you sort of touch this guy on the shoulder, all that kind of stuff. He freaks out. He sees you, and I guess he just glimpses some kind of recognition. Goes, monster, like that. He starts trying to attack you with a dagger. He is not going to do well with that, but you never know. He could score an easy hit. So I'm just going to roll for him with a heavy penalty. Very heavy penalty. Yep, he's fucked it. So he tries to attack you, and this dagger goes very close to your snout. You're in combat now, sir. But this guy is looks completely deranged and is just intent on when you stare at somebody and you just get that feeling like this person just wants to do you over. That's the look on his face. He's not taking any quarter.
But he was trying to escape.
Yes.
So I could, realizing my mistake, just let, character-wise, I thought he was a vagabond. He's obviously a human, and he's going out into, undead territory.
Well, yeah.
I just let him go.
Okay, he's
just unhand him and stand back.
You're gonna push him?
If he wants to escape,
he's trying to stab you. He's not moving. And you're you're both sat facing each other almost kind of on this palisade. It's not like a flat platform. It's like a big tall fence. But
is he coming at me?
Oh, he's trying to stab. He's just swiping at you, leaning forward, just trying to kill you.
So he's lost it, and he's trying to stab at me.
Yeah, he almost stabbed you in the snout, or where your snout would be had it not been burnt horribly to a crisp.
But when I'm not up against him, he's not trying to literally flee. He's just coming at me. Yeah.
Well, he looked like he was trying to get over, but he's quite portly, so he's not the most athletic. It probably took him a good 20 minutes to get this far. Do you know what I mean? He was
right.
He was really hanging on there, and also the drop on the other side is equally high, if not slightly higher, probably.
God, I don't know this guy. I'm gonna have to play this in character. I'm gonna have to try and attack to stun and drag him back.
Good plan.
I'll do that.
Cool. All right. So roll. Do you have strike to stun? I believe.
I do. I think. Strike to stun. I can disarm.
Yeah, you can disarm. That's a good idea. That's actually a better idea, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll attempt to disarm him. That's going to be a lot of rolls.
No, it's a weapon skill roll, and then I roll his dexterity, and we'll see what happens.
So just confirming, this is like the Leash Master's general at arms, right? That we're in combat with here, not like some random person.
Oh,
this is some random person.
It's a random person. Okay, so you grab his hand as he comes towards you for another strike, and you do it with almost so effortlessly, it completely freaks him out. You basically grab the hand with the dagger. You push down in between two tendons in his knuckles, or the knuckle part where the bones go through in between. There's a little bit in between the two knuckles. You push down really hard, and his hand just opens, and the dagger falls inside the palisade. A silver dagger like this, like here, bink. And then he just screams like that, and he just literally pitches himself off the side and just throws himself over the palisade and just goes splat, and then just rolls into the water with a sploosh.
Whoa.
He just completely freaks out and just jumps. He makes Teddy look reasonably brave.
Okay. A couple of things immediately spring to mind.
Yes.
Can I look over the palisade and see if there are any of my friends there? And if not, I might be a little bit concerned.
Sure. You can look over the side very quickly, and you can't see anybody. No, you don't see anybody.
Okay.
All
and the second one is pick up the dagger.
Sure. You hop back over again. You land with an easy thump. And then you pick up this very nice looking dagger. It's actually pure silver. It's quite extraordinary. It doesn't hurt you.
Shiny.
Yes, shiny. It's got like a leather hilt, but the rest of it is pure silver, and it's got these etchings along it as well. It's very cool. It looks pretty interesting. And
if he comes back, I shall return it.
Cool. At that point, you actually see. Right. That's how you're gonna. I love the fact that you have to justify thievery in that way. It's brilliant. Okay, at that
I'm a noble knight, sir, I'll have you know.
I'm a noble knight. How dare you besmirch my honour? I'm going to thieve this. Okay, so you're over here at the moment, and you look back. In fact, actually, Blue, you can see Quint. You've seen Quint do this. All of that. You were looking at the right time, right moment. You saw Quint on the wall. You see him hop over. You can see him now from the angle you're at. You can just about see him on the edge here. And you see him sort of you don't know what the fuck he's doing. You seem to attack that poor man, but anyway, he's sort of hopping around. So you can call out to him if you want, Blue.
Okay, I do so.
Yeah,
Oi, quit!
Love
it. My lady, you're there. I'll be there in a minute.
Liar. Okay. So okay. Cool.
Maybe 2 minutes.
All right. So that's what you call back and forth. Cool. Okay, that's pretty much your go, dude. So we're going to move straight back into Teddy, I believe, sir. Teddy, it's your thing. It's your thing.
So has that monk, the harsh monk, arrived?
Yeah, the harsh monk's come to you. And you see his hastily pulls down his cassock over his socks. He's mightily embarrassed that you saw. And he just stands and goes, "You, holy, the holy."
Jeez, how far's he gone?
He's not in shape. He just hang on a second. He just holds his hand up like, give me a second. All right, okay. The only one is. He just hands out the 2 bottles in front of him and just holds it to you. I mean, you know what it is. He's just making a real meal of this.
Oh, go get some more.
He looks at you like, oh fuck. And so he hands you the 2 bottles and starts scuttling back again.
Loads more.
Yeah.
Get a barrel.
Okay, so you got 2 bottles of holy water in a vial.
I'm just gonna lob it at the gateway.
Okay, so the Iron Man is sort of like crunching his way through, like this, like this. So he's sort of going down the steps at the moment. Like he's smashing. He's obviously.
Yeah. I'll just.
All right.
So I'll just get
iron
into sort of...
golem drenched in holy water.
Nice.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. So you're just gonna smash the bottles.
Well, I'm just going to throw them so it splashes everywhere. Sort of.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can just smash them against one, smash against the other. You're very dexterous in terms of a bow and ballistics, so you can easily like coat the entranceway and all that shit with it. And he actually does hit his back, so the iron golem's now partially covered in holy water. In fact, you see a few skeletons, an arm of a skeleton's round, like holding his back when you do it, and then the sort of bone just starts sizzling, and melting as the holy water.
Oh, is that
hits
effective?
It. Yeah, it's super effective.
Oh, fantastic.
It'll be effective against... You don't know this, by the way, but in terms of mechanics, just so that your player is aware of this... Actually, you know what? Fuck you. You don't know this. I'm not going to tell you anything about how it works. I'm just saying that's what you see.
Okay, but it looks to have an effect.
It definitely has an effect. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay,
Right.
well then, definitely get more.
He's like, oh, okay. You hear him go, eventually, once he went, oh, more anyone. Like that. And you just what you think you hear this very, very distant, very lonely slap. You think you hear in the distance. Okay, that's your go, sir.
There's definitely a weird feeling in Teddy of being able to hold this space, just him and his golem.
You feel very alone right now. You feel actually pretty isolated because now
where's Blue?
Insanity points.
Blue's gone. You look around and you can't see Blue. In fact, there's nobody in the corridor. You don't know where Jean-Louis is. Well, you know where he is. He ducks in the cabinet. You don't know where Quint is because Quint hasn't come out. The golem is steadily marching his way down. There are bodies of dead skeletons everywhere, and also a dead guy over here as well, where your hand currently is. And there is nobody. You can't hear shit. Which is really
I'm the
weird.
one who runs away, not everyone else.
Yeah, okay. On that note, we're going to flash over to Blue, if that's cool. So, Blue, you're up in the watchtower. You've just seen Quint scuttling towards, I guess, the window where he came back from. You've lost sight of him. You see the archers here disconcertingly. So, I'm using Blue, folks, to kind of update everybody about what's going on. So, sadly, the skeleton groups have now reached the outer palisade. These dudes are firing as fast as they can and throwing down stones and stuff. These dudes over here have been completely overwhelmed. They've been wiped out, and although they did a good job of whittling down the numbers, so there's only one group that made it through there. These skeletons completely unstoppable, just going straight through. This skeleton was wiped out, and you see 2 of the archers are now trying to run back. They've given up their position and are trying to run back as fast as they can. The archer guard has come back. He's about to pull the gate shut. These dudes are dead, actually. So, yeah, let's get rid of them. This group here is now marching around. They've joined up with another force, which is getting even stronger, and yet another force. This is like one of the main north and south of the main contingents, and they do not look good. So you've got a lot of forces coming from the north and south. There is another group over here. Let's say these 2 groups out of those 6. There's only 4 left. These 2 are now dead. These 2 are being held back. These 2 are being wiped out here. And let's say 2 of these guys have been overwhelmed. These 2 dudes are also hopping back and trying to run. In fact, actually, as anybody, Dale, you can hear them because the wind's carrying the noise, I guess. You hear this, "Oi, de Chumley, you cowardly bastards! It's Chumley!" You hear sort of he starts bobbing into the underground water system out of sight. So he's disappeared into the underground part of the water system, which goes underneath the village. It's basically like an irrigation system, but it's actually part of the river. These 2 dudes are now trying to scramble up the sides to climb over. They've got little hooks Actually, one of them is knocking on this door frantically, and this dude is coming to open the gate, and this dude's actually climbing over the gate. Quint, if you catch a look back, you can just hear somebody coming over the gate, but you definitely hear it's a human being. You can recognise one of the voices. So that is the state of affairs. These actually have been overwhelmed. Let's just say these skeletons are just dicks. They're just stupid. So they've gone. So that's the state of affairs. There's two large forces, one to the south, one to the north. There are some... where are these guys going? Oh yeah, here. There are some other forces coming in from sort of like the northwesterly, chasing after these two dudes who are running. But that's sort of the bulk of it. So it's really the north and the south is the main vein. There's a couple of extra skeletons coming this way. But apart from that, all the external archers with about, say, 4 or 5 have been wiped out. This dude up here is trapped off, and he's actually just firing. Weirdly, none of the skeletons aren't even bothering with him anymore. So he's actually doing a little bit of damage, just picking them off one by one without anybody trying to attack him, which is weird and slightly scary. So that's it. The internal guards are now firing out, rushing to help with the positions. And that's what you can see, Del. You have skeletons in range if you wish to try and fire off. Bearing in mind, like, there's about 3 to 4 skeletons in each group. So you're dealing with like about 50 or 60 skeletons at least.
Okay, I want to check 2 things just visually. Do I notice any like anomalies with the skeletons? Do I notice any that are like the boss? Like anyone that are larger or more in command
Can you
than the
please
others?
make an initiative test plus 10, I'll say, because you're in the crow's nest. So yeah, plus 10.
Sorry.
Wow, folks, it got real serious all of a sudden, didn't it? No jokes here, folks. Good. 62 is a pass, no? With plus, and that's plus 15 actually, because you got Teddy special. Don't forget. Cool. Okay. Yes, you can clearly identify in this group here, these 2 groups, there is a couple of very large figures, and in this group here, leading the charge, there's also another very large figure. They look distinctly different. In fact, there's actually a glow about both of them. They have like blue-greenish sort of electricity floating around their heads and stuff. And they look as mean as the one that you encountered at the Vissenbergs or Vissenbrooks house, whatever it was, where you almost died, actually. In fact, you almost died. So that sends a really nasty chill up your spine. And these things are looking pretty dangerous. But they also look like they're the kind of captains of these groups.
Okay, I want to call out to all the fellow archers loud enough that hopefully Quint can also hear. Well, I don't know if you can see, but I want to point out those captains, so to speak. And
cool. Okay. So to help you carry your voice and in a commanding way that as many of them can hear you, because it's a relatively small distance, I'm going to give you plus 10. Because the bell will actually help echo your voice in a weird way, because it's like metallic things. You can actually shout. You sort of work out if you shout into the bell, you can use it to sort of like amplify your voice a little bit, because you're quite clever. In fact, you do that on a successful roll. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But let's plus 10 to your roll. It's your leadership roll, though, to carry your voice in a commanding way, in a clear, succinct way. Do you have any skills that can help you, by the way, before you roll?
I do.
Oh, you don't need it. That's fine. I don't think you need it anyway.
Okay, cool.
30. What's your leadership?
It is 32 base, so plus
15.
5 plus 15. Yeah,
so that's 47. Nice. Great, nice. Easily, okay, you easily do that. You use the bell itself. You start shouting against the wind and realize that's ludicrous. Then you sort of see the bell because you knock against it, it goes ding, and you go, oh shit, and actually you sort of lift the bell slightly towards you, and you basically use it like a megaphone. You basically have a massive brass megaphone at your command, and you start shouting orders to him, and you highlight the group to the south, you highlight the group to the north, and you sort of bring everybody up to speed. And the good news is these dudes kind of come in, they start taking positions based on your information, which is cool, because actually these 2 gates they're now shutting. They've made the call and they've decided to shut the gates, because these 2 are not going to make it. These things are getting too close, and they've made a decision independently of you to shut the gates. These two are barring the gates here as well. So the fight is definitely on right now. Next up, I believe, unless there's anything else you want to do, Blue, you want to take a shot or anything like that?
Yeah, I would like to take a shot at one of them to the south.
Cool. I will try and keep a mental note of which one it is, just so I can weaken that unit, if that makes sense, if you're successful. Yep. So it's ballistic skill plus 10, because you are in elevation.
Well, plus 5, right? Because of Teddy?
Yeah, so plus 15 in total, yeah.
And your marksmanship plus 10 as well for using the health bar.
So plus 25.
Oh lord, I better not screw this up. Oh, sorry.
And 96. 90. Wow. Okay, it's amazing.
The rules, you're firing into a group as well. You get +5 for each person you're in the group.
Still not
that you're firing into.
Okay, let's say you get another will an extra plus 15 help you?
It's maths time.
Okay, so my ballistic skill base is 67.
Okay, 67 plus 30 then, so that's 90, which means a critical failure. You'd have to miss on a critical failure from this position.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's generally how bloody elves work.
Shooting into a
That's
group.
on Pete.
That's shooting into a group. Right. Pete, come to my office and see me later. All right, so so that is a hit. That's going to be a hit into the group. You can't aim at anything for that particular shot, but you fire the group. That's great. So roll a d6 plus your 4. Big money, big money, big money, big money. Hey, big money, big money. That's a 2, not so big. All right, so basically you shoot one, and it's sort of like you use like a parabolic arc with the arrow, and it goes like that. It just flutters down, and it just smashes through one of their legs. So this skeleton is kind of up, but it's now hobbling, and is like pretty ineffectual, but it's still hobbling towards with the rest of its group, but obviously falling far behind. It's pretty much destroyed, but it's just hanging together and just still crawling towards you. Towards your position, sorry. Okay, so next up, I believe, is therefore Ratigan. Ratty, you've just done this fucking awesome, like, stunt into the hall, looking all boss and shit.
I know, but I did realise I could probably have just run there in the same amount of time.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
We got penguins.
Penguins are close to us and potentially safe, and we can use them to ride out if we need to.
Oh, very quickly, Tom, before anything happens, because this is like covering your last round, you hear the...
You drop a fireball on the penguins now, I'll be furious.
No, I'm not going to do that. The firebombs have internal gas problems, that's it. No. So basically, you hear from behind you, bar the gates! They're at the walls! Bar the gates! And then you hear Dell scream out some kind of like information about where the kind of larger forces are. So most of you have an idea. So you're all privy roughly to the knowledge that she's given out. But that happens as you sort of like have finished.
She's up high somewhere though, isn't she?
You want to locate the other Vagabond.
At the moment, the Vagabonds are horribly split up, and I'm trying to get everyone together into it.
I am but an innocent observer. I'm like the Watcher.
Yeah, you kind of a bit split us up.
In my own defense, I've had some horrible dice rolls.
Yeah, I've had some horrible dice rolls, yeah. So, I mean, the blacksmith is still riding cake, and you're still on rice. So you can still ride. These things are big, but you can still probably fit through the whole.
Can we ride on?
Yeah, totally.
So I can't see any of the Vagabonds here. So we're going to ride on round the dwarves and head further into the building. The other thing that I want to look for, Neil, is there a shrine to Tal in here?
Weirdly, Tal doesn't have a shrine per se. The tree is probably the closest thing to it. Tal is basically worshipped as and when, apart from some observed rituals and timings of the year, like summer solstice. And
all right, I've got another plan that I need to carry out then.
Sure, okay. But the tree is probably the closest thing to like an altar or a focal point. That's why the tree's
I'm going to try, Neil. This is a bit of improv, okay?
Okay, dude, I'm rolling with it. Let's go. I dare you.
So before I climb down off my war penguin, I go to the tree.
Yeah.
I'm going to kneel before it.
Okay.
And I put a hand on the tree.
Okay. Just a quick question. Have you warmed up before you go kneeling? Because you can pop something easily like that.
Fuck off. This is a serious moment.
Sorry. Okay. So you kneel before the tree and before the altar tree, and you place a hand stretches out to it. Yes.
And I begin to speak to the tree. I speak to the tree and I say, I don't really know what my purpose is in this land. I come from a tiny village in the woods in the middle of nowhere. I thought I was destined to find a Squirrel King, but my destiny has brought me here. I have a mark on me that is the mark of I believe I've been told it's the mark of you, my god. I come to you in this hour of need. I need you to show me the source of this evil. Show me where the leash master is.
At that point, you sort of like nothing happens, and your hand's still there, and you sort of close.
My hand's still there.
Yeah, your hand's still there, and you sort of squint around, and you sort of like squint your eyes really tightly shut, and you sort of like look around, and nobody's really watching you. You know that nobody's really listening to what you're saying. This is like half mumbled, half said in your head almost. But you said it with such passion and sincerity. You kind of feel like something should have happened. And then there's a sort of a very light rustling, just as you're about to release your hand's touch from the tree. A very light rustling just goes through the tree itself. And it sort of makes you look up. And as you do, you suddenly get this incredible sensation of being lifted and whisked straight through the skylight, which is above the tree, up, and up, till you are hundreds and hundreds of meters above La Maison Tal in the air, just floating, looking out and seeing the whole of the valley. You see the skeletons attacking from their positions. You see them all pretty much ringed around from north and south around La Maison Tal. You see from the side over here this kind of strange contraption like a trebuchet kind of thing firing over occasional like things into the area. And you see this sort of glowing green area. This glowing green area that's traveling very quickly. And it's moving a little bit erratically like this, and linking backwards and forwards, around and around, in this weird pattern, very fast. And you know with no uncertainty that is the adversary that you seek. And then you hear this voice, which simply goes, "My child." And at that point, we're going to end it right there, folks. It's 10 o'clock, and I think this is a pretty good place to stop. So, thanks, folks, so much. Yeah, holy shit! There you go, folks. Sorry about that, Vagabonds, if you were keying up to do something else, but I think this is a great place to stop.
No, we got a target, boys! We got a target!
All right.
So, can I just say we reached our goal?
Oh, wow, amazing, fantastic.
Just giving. So thank you all. We're 107%. So thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're way over it, but we'll keep on raising more. We won't raise the goal because I'm really proud that we reached that level.
Yeah, indeed.
But obviously, we'd love it if people keep donating. We'll have the big event on Tuesday.
That's right. It's still going on. Yeah.
Is that going to be using the same thing, Tom?
People can still donate. Yeah, they can still carry on donating using the same link.
Yeah, the same fundraise, the same Just Giving page will be. So we'll just keep that running for at least a couple of weeks. But so we only started it today, and we smashed our goal in today.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, folks. Yeah.
And we will. So basically, if you can't afford, if you're waiting for payday or anything like that,
just sharing it, just sharing the fact that we're doing it.
Share it, but also it'll be around for a week or two more.
Yeah.
So and we'll talk a bit more about it. Obviously, a lot on Tuesday, but also on our future feeds.
Yeah, which is amazing. So we've got a lot of really fun people, a lot of my friends and people I've worked with. People are just nice, cool people. So we got them all going to come play Among Us with us. If you fancy playing Among Us with them, then please, by all means, do some donate. If some of them got some extra time, and especially people that we haven't had on the show before, like Jennifer English, who plays Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3, we may ask them a question or two of your questions, if that's cool.
Yeah.
And if they're up for it, obviously people may only be able to dash in, dash out. This is very last minute. We appreciate that. We may get them to ask a question, for instance, if there's something particularly cool that we find in the chat. That's it. But thank you all so very much for all your support. This was a great episode. I really enjoyed this episode. This was a good one.
That's all the 90s, isn't it?
It's all the critical failures, all the insanity points. Just I mean, you spoiled me. You spoiled me. Thank you so much. I think on that note, this flip, although I'm going to flip it, is not for me. It's for everybody in chat that donated tonight, and for and for tomorrow and for the weeks ahead as well. Thank you all so very much. Thank you to the mods, the Disco mods as well as the Twitch mods. Really appreciate your support. Thank you to everybody listening. We really hope you enjoy this and our work. And thank you to my friends, the Vagabonds, as well, for just being cool and being a part of this, really. So thank you very much.
Yay!
Cool.
Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody in chat. Well done,
This
everybody.
flip is for you.
Yep, this is for all of you motherfuckers out there. Hug you! Cool. So thanks very much, folks. Take it easy. We stand with Ukraine, and we hope that you will help us help them even more. So much love to everybody. Peace to everybody. Thank you, Vagabonds. Good night.
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 Bye.